our world is moving into a new earth, as a lot of people might call it. The old ways are not going to work anymore. So to approach all these negative vibrations that are coming up by paying attention to them is the old way, because there is a high frequency being offered to this world, and our world is going to change because of it. In order to receive this frequency on a high level, we must have practices to increase our own vibration. So paying attention to it would not work for raising our vibration, now would it? So the new way of looking at things is to slow down the busy mind. Because when we are in a busy mind, we are using the structure of our world that has been given to us since we've been born. This structure. The mind uses the structure, and the structure is based on fear and doubt. The structure is unorganized. When we go within and practice listening to our own intuition and love and light, that's where everything already is organized. And it can't be unorganized, because we're going to start receiving a stronger message. If you haven't already, most of us have already that are any kind of light workers, or that you're noticing a shift inside of yourself. Talk yourself into a higher vibration. Work on intuition and listening to your authentic path. It's there in the moment of now, talking to us right now. And it has a message for you right now. Close your eyes and just ask. Hi everybody, this is Malani, welcoming you to Malani Meditation Podcast. Please sit back, grab a cup of tea, and enjoy the show. I'm here with Ganesh again today, and we are going to review and talk about how we should approach 2024. There's a lot of questions and curiosity about what's going on in our planet. What kind of changes are going to be coming energetically and vibrationally? Right now we have no agenda. We have no topic. We are just simply making our hearts available to receive information. Would you like to lead off with a question about 2024? Any curiosity?
Well, I'm curious about how should we approach the negative aspects that are being presented in the world, such as war and famine and...
Well, those things have always been there, have they not?
Yeah.
How have we always approached it before?
With fear.
With fear and doubt.
Yeah.
We pay attention to it. We absorb it on the news. Everything that we have done is the old world. All the concepts, all the belief systems, all those fear and doubt ways of approaching life are going to dissolve, moving into this new way of being. Our world is moving into a new earth, as a lot of people might call it. The old ways are not going to work anymore. So to approach all these negative vibrations that are coming up by paying attention to them is the old way. Like we say, we have to watch the news, we have to know what's going on because we have to be informed. But really, we are sitting here watching negative vibration and being absorbed by negative vibration, which affects our vibration. And we radiate out the negative vibration back out into the universe. We become the mirrors of this negative vibration because we feel we have to pay attention to it. The new way of approaching all of this negativity is to look at it as like it's oil coming to the surface to be skimmed off. Because there is a high frequency being offered to this world. And our world is going to change because of it. In order to receive this frequency on a high level, we must have practices to increase our own vibration. So paying attention to it would not work for raising our vibration, now would it?
No.
So how can we raise our vibration? Slow down, do meditations, daily meditations. A nice practice of the daily meditation does so much. Even 10 minutes a day is more than once a week of doing an hour, because it builds consistency, perseverance. Regularity in meditation is more important than how long you do it. And it creates momentum of a positive vibration. So the new way of looking at things is to slow down. Slow down the busy mind. Because when we are in a busy mind, we are using the structure of our world that has been given to us since we've been born. This structure. The mind uses the structure, and the structure is based on fear and doubt. The structure is unorganized. When we're in the mind, we try to organize the outside world. We have planners, we take notes, we take journals. We're sitting here always trying to organize the outer world. We set intentions. We set goals for our future. Everything is trying to be organized by the mind because we're in fear of not being organized. We're in fear of letting our outside world fall apart. When we go within and practice listening to our own intuition and love and light, that's where everything already is organized. And it can't be unorganized. It is a smooth, flowing, divine river or universal river, however you look at it. It is in flow. And that flow has no obstacles. There's nothing put in front of us that we can fail, run into, or destroy us. It is a divine flow, and when we are in divine flow, we are in our truth and on our authentic path.
Maybe talk a little bit more about goals and intentions. A lot of people during the New Year's set goals and intentions.
They do. The gyms get really busy in January and February, right? And then everything just falls off because those are goals that are not completed, and then there is guilt and shame over it. And so that vibration goes out into the world. This is an example of setting a goal and intention. If all attention goes to that goal, we put all our focus on the future. And when we do that, we put like a boulder in the divine river up ahead of us. And meanwhile, the divine river wants to lead us somewhere. And somewhere that we can't have a goal and intention to because we've never seen it before. Just like this new world. And just like the divine future for us, our highest self, our authentic path, nothing has ever been seen before. So how can we pay attention to it? So the ideal is to get out of the way of the flow of this. Slow down, using intuition in the moment of now about things. But when we put that goal and intention ahead of us, we focus there instead of letting it carry us. And then when we don't hit that goal or intention, we feel failure. So we're setting ourselves up for a possible negative vibration. And then sometimes we do hit it, but you still put all your focus to that. And meanwhile, well, that's great. But what about the authentic self? See, we've done this before. We've set physical goals and intentions, and we've reached them and we've not reached them. But here we go again. We're doing it over and over again, the cycle. We're not looking outside of the box at all. We are using the structure that we've always used. So this new way of being that is coming forth even now is asking us to slow down, listen to the inner self, get out of the way, and let this river flow. And how about not set an intention, because we don't know how to set an intention for something that's never been there before. It is truly the unknown. The divine is, or the universe is, trying to take us to a place that's we have never seen them before. And the moment we start using all our backstock, all our research and the structure, we are working from a known reality. And we just keep pulling information from these known realities. We either read it, we hear about it, we use our past or something. All that has been written, all of it is known structure. So when we are going to do this with divine flow, we want to get out of the way of it and practice more. Maybe set the intention of not setting goals and intentions, and maybe this year more meditation, more intuitive thought, listening to the heart. Because we're going to start receiving a stronger message. If you haven't already, most of us have already that are any kind of light workers, or that you're noticing a shift inside of yourself. I mean, you've noticed it.
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt about it. So, I mean, it's like a paradigm shift, honestly, because, I mean, everything that I've studied in the past about metaphysics or spirituality has always been about visualizing, what you want, and then, like, seeing it as clearly as possible, and then, you kind of, like, create. It's almost like you're creating reality in a way, and what you want. So,
well, we are creating a reality, correct, by paying attention to something. But that's us thinking that we know what's best spiritually. What's best spiritually is unknown. Can you honestly say, like, we're just going to use the word heaven for an example. Can you honestly say you know what it feels like to be in a heaven state? Like to actually be out of body and feeling nothing but bliss and love at all times.
I mean, I've felt glimpses of it, but I don't know about...
Do you know that you felt glimpses of it?
I felt like I felt glimpses of it, but I wouldn't say that I felt like being out of the body from it, no.
Yeah. Well, we all have our best example of what it could feel like to have heaven on earth. And if you experience any kind of amazing meditation, you have experienced something like that. But we still don't know what level that is compared to what I'm asking about.
So no.
So we can experience here in this world as heaven on earth. But we never give the divine the opportunity to carry us there, because we interfere, because we feel like we know what's best. Our mind feels like it knows what's best by using the structure. So we take something from that structure, we take something from that world that we sit in, and then we take it and we go, I want to experience this because I got joy from this before. So I'm going to put that intention in front of me from the known reality, and I'm going to try to hit that good feeling again. All along, that feeling that you are looking for already exists now. It's not away from you. If it was joy that you received from this intention before, or that you've heard of, well, joy exists now. If it is satisfaction because you've got your vehicle, your body in a tip-top shape, well, satisfaction exists now. So it's more about talking ourselves into the state of being of it and getting the vibration up so we can work on intuition. Because when our vibration is up, our intuition is working much better. We are better receivers. So my message for 2024 is become a better receiver. Slow down. Talk yourself into a higher vibration. Work on intuition and listening to your authentic path. It's there in the moment of now, talking to us right now. And it has a message for you right now. Close your eyes and just ask. Ask right now. What is my path right now? Not 6 months from now. I'm talking about right now. This is going to be the new world. Using intuition, coming out of the structure. The structure has us organized in its way. Has the mind following it like a well-trained dog. And we just keep doing it. It's time to think outside of the box. We are moving into this new world. It's going to be more about heart and community.
So what can we do to really start to cultivate that in the present moment, in the sense of like shifting the old structure? I mean, I know you talked about it a little bit, but like what's something like we could do like concrete that's like something we could focus on in the moment to kind of tap into that?
Tapping into our microphone, our divine microphone. And most people might think that is the third eye or the pineal gland. But the microphone is the center of our being, and that's the heart. It is our intuition. It is our receiver. We receive all from the heart. We're always talking about our heart, and I'm not talking about the physical, as most people that are still listening know that already, but just in case somebody doesn't understand that. We're talking about the heart center, the energy center, the heart chakra. That is the center of our being. We get good at using that. More heart meditations. I have several on my channel, heart meditations, that can help somebody expand that heart and get used to expanding that heart and working that energy center outward. Practice putting it over the third eye, over the crown. Expand it out around the room. Expand it out around challenges, arguments. This will calm everything down and you become an intuitive receiver. So when you wrap the heart around the third eye and the pineal gland, you have heart-mind connection. Listen to your mind in a different way. Listen to what it's telling us. Just watch your thoughts a little more. Slow down and don't respond to what it's asking you to say. Because most of it is from structure and fear and doubt. Why is the mind telling me this? What is it telling me to feel? Because the mind is actually taking vibration and turning it into emotion. We have stored vibration in our body and it's being converted into emotion. The mind wants to put fear and doubt to things. Give us panic attacks, anxiety, lashing out at each other. It's all fear and doubt. In reality, fear and doubt is the illusion. It's not even who we are. So when we're feeling those emotions, we're not in alignment with our authentic self. So it's the time to just slow down and check in and work on processes to become more intuitive. And that is definitely more meditation. We're going to need this for this next year. The oil is coming to the surface and it's being skimmed off, and it might look ugly and it might look untogether, but that's all it is vibration that's stored, negative, that's all coming up to be cleansed out, because this higher frequency is being introduced, and with this higher frequency all the negative must leave, and we are the universe in microcosm. So it's happening to our bodies, and it's happening to the human experience, because our bodies are storing negative energy as well, and the frequency is being offered obviously to our bodies, and so negative emotion and everything is going to start coming up to the surface then, and we have to understand that what is happening. And when we stay intuitive and we do these meditation practices, we're keeping up with the frequency that's being offered to us. If we just fall behind on it, we're going to feel a lot of negative emotion, fear, doubt, anxiety. We're going to become ill, and it's not going to be great if we're clinging and holding on to the old ways of being. We don't know what the new ways are, so we don't know what to pay attention to, so it's better just to let it go and get into divine flow. I don't know how we can set an intention for 2024 when this new frequency, this new thing is coming in.
Well, maybe the intention should be to live in the heart.
Yeah, it should be. Live in the heart.
Focus on the heart.
Focus on the heart.
Like, as much as possible.
Right, and the heart is going to help us create communities in our new world. I'm not talking about a community like we all live in a condominium and we all like the same things. It's talking about an actual communities are going to start being built in our future. The older light workers are going to be the foundation that sets forth the movement, and the younger are going to take this movement and create the communities. The older might not ever see these communities fulfilled in true form, but we get the ball rolling now. Start converting the old world into the new world. Now is the time. Let's shift this paradigm. And the new communities feel like a living organism, kind of like the human body. The body is a well-designed machine. It's full of life. There's not one part of our body that does not have life in it. It is an organism that lives with living organisms, organized living organisms. All the cells in the body that make up the liver and the heart, and all those organisms are communities. Like the heart is a community, the stomach is a community, and they're different communities, but they're communities of life. They're not necessarily the same community because you couldn't put stomach acid into the heart and the heart to survive. They have their own purpose. And it's all made of life. All the cells are life. So if you think about the body as the earth, as a living organism, and the continents are the organs, or the countries, however you want to look at it, and the cells are like the people. We create this living organism. And this body is a part of something bigger as well. Much bigger. And we're unaware of what it is. We couldn't begin to think about what the universe actually is. We know we're a part of something bigger. And we know that we're in some kind of a community of the universe. But we can't even imagine what that is. Just like the cell. The cell is part of a living organism, but it has no idea that we even exist as the body. So these new communities are going to start coming up, and they're going to be a part of some very well organized community of this earth, this new earth. And they're going to be more highly developed communities, ones that are not being in the ego and it's all about self. It's going to be really all about community, sharing. Let's say there's a community built and somebody needs solar panels. Well, I don't know how to install solar panels. Maybe I know how to garden, and I come over to your house to help you garden, and you come over to my house and put up solar panels. Everything's going to be trade like that. Money will begin to dissolve. A very organized community. So maybe at first money still exists, and the community might need to get something outside of the community that costs money. So maybe the community has some kind of a group currency that when the community needs something from the outside world, that money is taken from the group community bank, I guess you can say, and we go up to the outside world and bring that thing back to the community that the community needs. And we all decide that together. These are just examples of a more organized group way of working instead of it's all about me. I have the best car. I have the best job. Look at me. Look at me. Look at my brand new house. Look at me. I'm a big deal. Let me put it on Facebook. Let me put it on Instagram or TikTok, whatever it is. Let me show you I'm a big deal. And I hope you like it. Push like if you think I'm a big deal. It's not going to be about that. It's going to be about community. But there has to be transformation to move into that. So we're moving into that. And it's not done overnight. Things have to come up. The old ways have to dissolve. And it's not pretty when the old things dissolve unless you're in your higher state. Then you can watch it like a movie and appreciate it, because this is amazing. This is an amazing movement that we're moving into. It's beautiful. And the world has never seen it before. And we have to remember it is exciting that we are moving into this. When we start to see things come up, the oil coming up, understand this is what is happening. And not be afraid of it. Accept it. Check in. Intuition.
So I guess we're just being called more to slow down, pay attention to your heart. It's like the paradigm shift is going to be more heart consciousness, basically.
Absolutely. We can believe this or not. The ones that are still listening are the ones that are probably carrying the light for all of us. And it's not like we can leave somebody behind, because we're all one. The person that is most untogether in our world is still got to be carried to this. One way or another. We're not looking to leave somebody behind. We're looking to raise the consciousness of our living organism of this Mother Earth. That is our focus. Our focus is not to point out who's untogether. Our focus is to point to the light and have everybody look at the light. Because that raises the vibration. When we can be the good news and point to the light and constantly point to the light, we're helping, we're becoming the good news, and we're leading people to a higher vibration. When we're pointing our finger at somebody who's untogether at the grocery store, we're pointing our finger to the negative vibration, and we're leading everybody to that. It's very important to what we are paying attention to, what we are pointing to, what we are leading people to, always and in all ways. Be in your heart, slow down, listen, be in flow, forget about 5, 6, 7 months ahead of us. Because if we're doing this correctly, we're out of the way and we're trusting the divine flow. We're trusting that I'm out of the way. I'm in a high vibration. Therefore, I know I'm being led in the right direction. Because if you are in your love and light, you will not be misled. You will not run into boulders unless you put the boulders up in the river.
I like that.
I think this is a pretty positive way of moving through 2024. And I hope people receive it well and become the good news.
Let's become the good news.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. And thank you for being the good news. If you found value in this podcast, please support my channel by liking and subscribing. Thank you. Namaste.